Now this is podracing. Hello everyone, my name is Zandie Boy and welcome to another video. And today we are discussing something pretty fun, pretty pod racing if you might. I am discussing the 25th anniversary of the Phantom Menace, specifically its release in theaters this previous weekend as the recording of this video. So actually, just a little bit of a disclaimer, that was my first time from last weekend's show I saw. That was the first ever time in which I watched Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, from beginning to end, in its entirety, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I think the only ever time in which I've watched Episode 1 in some capacity was in first grade, where I was watching Episode 1 in like chunks. So like I was watching YouTube clips of different segments of Episode 1, and I'm not entirely sure. That was just like 14, 15 years ago, however old I was in first grade. Like that is the only time which I ever watched Episode 1, which is absolutely wild to me. So I'm glad that I finally got the chance to watch Episode 1 in its entirety, and in a pretty seamless fashion as well. So I want to discuss that. May 4th weekend was just passed. So like, you know, I spoiled myself with some Lego, which I could show right now. So we got this bad boy right here, the Ghost and Phantom 2. This released last year actually, and there was a deal for this May 1st to May 5th, I believe, where it went down from 160 to 130, and this for 130 I am not passing up. We also, one of the scrimmage shooters just shot at me. We also got this is a set that came out May 1st, actually. We got Droideka. And this is a very fine thing right here, let me tell you, fellas. It also came with a miniature Droideka, like a minifigure scale Droideka. And it's embarrassing. I love the set itself, don't get me wrong. But like, it's embarrassing when this version of the Droideka is worse than the original version of Droideka. Somehow this thing right here manages to be the best Droideka Lego's ever produced. So we got that, and then we got some gift for purchases as well. So not only did I get this little thing right here, which is actually pretty adorable, pretty sizable for being like $5 for retail. I got this for free. But not only did I get that, but also the main gift for purchase for May 4th this year was the Droid Carrier, homage to one of the first ever Lego Star Wars sets, the original 2000, I want to say, Droid Carrier. This is definitely a lot more refined, a lot more beefed up. Yeah, I love this thing. I see some discourse online saying that this might have been, excuse me, a natural retail set, but you know, it's fine. I'm not going to argue with that. So getting into Episode 1 itself, and just so everyone knows, I'm going to be cross promoting myself right here. I have some notes that I'm going to be reading off of for this video, but also you can find the notes on Strokes Blogs, my website. I write on that, and I'm pretty proud of some of the work on there. I'm proud of all the work, but yeah, I've released notes on there as well in case like you want to read. If you missed anything, you want to read what I said, then there you go. So first off, I just wanted to discuss like the theater experience of my showing for Episode 1. I feel like that's probably the most maybe timely thing about the release of Episode 1, given that it is the 25th anniversary. It is a rather old movie now, so the theater experience for me was absolutely dreadful. There's no noise at all. Everyone was just sitting in dead silence. the only noise I could pick up, besides like the obvious sound coming from the movie itself, was me just uh just talking to my friends, just like making jokes the entire time, just quoting any notable lines that I may have picked up. The only noise that I heard, that the audience made, was for the end credits. Just clapped like politely when the movie ended. Not because the movie was bad. I hope not, at least. Just everyone was politely clapping because it means episode one means a lot to a lot of people, and just Star Wars in general means a lot to a lot of people as well, including myself. I want to get into like the pros of episode one first. The biggest thing for me, and going in, I was fully expecting on hating on Jar Jar Binks, and I'm happy to report that he's not that bad, actually. I'll get into the comments section that he does show up a bit too much. I will admit that. But like, this man should not have gotten the amount of armored best. He should not have gotten the amount of harassment, the amount of bullying, the amount of antagonism that he received, because he was not bad. I thought his performance was pretty good. And Jar Jar was actually not that bad. He was not that annoying. I thought that Jar Jar was actually comical at some points in the movie, but I can understand the sentiment that like he was there too much, and I'll get into that during the con section as well. I want to give props to Liam Neeson's acting in the movie, his performance as Qui-Gon Jinn in the movie, because he was actually pretty exceptional. He really does give his all. Really great line delivery. There's always a bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish.
That's yeah, I think that's an underrated line from the movie. He just really delivers it like just casually, and just everything, just his whole line delivery, just his whole performance, just especially in the Duel of Fate scene where he's just meditating while Darth Maul pacing back and forth ready to get to Qui-Gon. Just everything about Liam Neeson's performance in episode one is absolutely phenomenal. He just swings for fences and he hits that ball out of the field. John Williams' score, man, that man does not miss. Oh my god, just everything that man touches turns into gold. Just everything that he makes is pure craftsmanship. He just, all of his scores are so legendary. Everything that he composes, awesome, just absolutely incredible. Like, the man is now in his late 80s, early 90s now. He was in his late 60s when episode one was being made. Like, the legacy that this man, John Williams, is going to leave behind, no one else can ever compare to it. He has brought so much iconicity and recognizability to so many different pop culture franchises by just his compositions. That man is going to leave an unparalleled legacy when he passes away, and everyone's going to realize, yeah, this man was absolutely just incredible. I cannot give John Williams enough prop. The pod racing scene, holy, that was immersive. Um, just I didn't realize that it was like a first person perspective. So like the movie captures the pod racers for the most part in like a way where it feels like you, the audience member, are like in the seat of a pod racer. It's so immersive, and it really captured the whole scene, just captured the right amount of suspense, just the right amount of drama. Like, of course, you knew, like, I knew. I don't know if like maybe audiences 25 years ago knew this, but like, of course, Anakin won the pod race. But just like the drama and suspense that that scene carries is just really fantastic, and it honestly does not give enough props. It's not getting enough credits. It really deserves a lot more, in my opinion. it's just so great. And it also just balances so many great elements. Not it just balances humor so well. Like the scenes, of course, Jar Jar shows up because he's the main character somehow of episode one. I, the humor does not feel shoehorned in. Nothing about that scene feels shoehorned in. There's no music in the scene either. It is straight up just drama. It is just you're in the pilot seat, you're in this race. It's super immersive. It is great. Film's graphics still hold up to this day. The opening scenes, like opening shots for Naboo especially, just mind blowing. Like you completely forget that you're watching a movie that came out 25 years ago. That's how well episode one still holds up to this day. It is great. It is awesome. And also, I just feel like like there's some like politics scenes in the movie, right? Like this whole council scene and stuff. Like Padme's asking the council, asking the senator, may my planets please receive some supplies? May my planet receive like some help, like in any way, like just soldiers, like forces to help her out. Um, those political scenes do not drag, in my opinion. And I feel like some of the discussions that those scenes contain are actually kind of interesting dialogue. I was not like I was still immersed in those scenes when I was watching it. Like I didn't hear something and just felt like, huh? Like I didn't feel like confused by anything that anyone was saying. Like I feel like I don't know, I just feel like the dialogue was kind of tight in those scenes. I know because I watched Attack of the Clones recently as well, and I know for sure that those politics scenes, those council scenes, they really do drag. So I don't know why they broke what wasn't, broken in the first. Why they try to play the real and stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Like they really didn't have to do that with Attack of the Clones. They could have just like kept like the same formula for the council scenes from episode one and transferred it over to Attack of the Clones. I don't know why they didn't. Just like some comments that I want to mention about episode one as well. The older figures like Yoda, Mace Windu, and Chancellor Palpatine especially, they really manipulate Anakin and Padme. Like Palpatine tries to see Padme into believing that Palpatine is the right candidate to be this senator, instead of like a political ally that Padme really likes. And like they're discussing, and like Padme's like, I think this other candidate should be the one to lead the Senate. And then as she's leaving, Palpatine just has like this sad, puppy-eyed face, and like again, like he wants her support and stuff. But it's just I don't know, it's just interesting to see like this old man be upset that this 14-year-old queen doesn't want him to be ruling the Senate, and like he just looks so sad in that scene. Yeah. Anakin manipulated by Yoda and Mace Windu. I want to get to Mace Windu in a second as well. So like the two of them, they really hone in on the fact that like Anakin, you should not be upset about your mother. You should not be upset that you two are separated now. And this whole conversation just brings up like an intriguing point, proving that like the Jedi were just too far gone from like their traditions, and like just too far gone from like realizing that like yes, it's good to uphold good morals, but also it's also important to realize that like in order to be a moral, ethically sound person, it is necessary sometimes to make bad choices as well, or make choices that are more emotion based. So like the Jedi Order really needs to just fix a lot of the foundation. And I think episode one really demonstrates that, not like in the most like conspicuous manner, but like they really bring that up, at least in a nuanced way. Mace Windu, that man had it out for Anakin from the beginning, let me tell you. Like, of course, like, in episode three, Mace Windu refuses to grant Anakin the role of master, and he just has his suspicions about Anakin like throughout the movie. And in episode 1, when they first met, Windu gaslights Anakin into thinking that Anakin just had clouded his mind from any fear because, fear leads to the dark side and stuff. Like, Anakin's a 9-year-old kid and he just got separated from his mother for the first time. Like, just give him a bit of a break. You guys, he just got liberated from slavery like the day before. Like, just give Anakin like just a bit of rest. Like, Mace Windu, you are not helping Anakin at this moment, and I honestly believe Mace Windu really contributed to Anakin's turn to the dark side, because Mace Windu should not have been gaslighting Anakin from the start. That man is evil. I'm sorry. I love Samuel L. Jackson though. Let me get into the cons of the movie, and this one is upsetting because I thought Duel of Fates in the theater was slightly underwhelming. Like, you hear of Duel of Fates, right? And you think just the amount of discourse that's had online, just the conversations that you hear, it's like people treat it as if it's the best, one of the best Star Wars scenes ever. And while it is incredible, and while John Williams' score is excellent, it's slightly underwhelming. And it's not bad by any stretch of imagination. I want to get that clear. I just thought that, like, because of how much hype I've heard, just the anticipation I had, like, as I was waiting for that scene, it was just not as captivating as I thought it would be. And that really upsets me to say. Jar Jar, let's get back to him. While he is a pro in that he's not as obnoxious as I thought he would be, he's just shown a bit too much in the movie. Like, at points, it just felt as though, like, he was the main character, as if the whole movie revolved around Jar Jar Binks. Like, if you don't see Jar Jar Binks, for like 10 seconds, George Lucas just wants to remind the audience, like, yeah, Jar Jar's here. Jar Jar's in the movie. And then there's a scene of, like, him just goofing around. You don't have to do that. We know, like, I get it, the movie has a PG rating, but also don't show Jar Jar the whole time. You make him feel like the main character. I feel like he has more screen time than Qui-Gon Jinn or Anakin Skywalker or Obi-Wan, which should be the big three, not of rap or hip hop, but big three of this movie, okay? But no, Jar Jar Binks is the main character of this movie. I can't believe it, really. He just holds like such a pivotal role in this movie, and it's just, he's shown so much. It's just crazy to think about, really. And I really need to address this, but like, Padme and Anakin's dynamic in the movie was just so goddamn creepy. Like, let me just show you the Lego movie previews of them, okay? So like, and unfortunately, I don't have like a modern Anakin Skywalker with the short legs, so I'm just using Yoda as an example, okay? Because Yoda has the short legs as well, okay? And then you got Padme, and you can see the height difference, right? So, Padme in episode 1 is 14, and young Anakin Skywalker is 9. And the first scene that they met, like, it was kind of cute. Like, Anakin's like, "Oh yeah, Padme, are you an angel?" And like, it's a cute dynamic. Like, first scene, it's cute dynamic, okay? Like, this 9-year-old boy, this child, he's submitted for 14-year-old Padme, the queen of Naboo. And then it just keeps on going on and on to a very concerning level. Like, Padme plays along, and not in like, oh yeah, I'm just going to play along, like, not in a feigning manner. Like, she actually feels like she has feelings for him. This 14-year-old girl for a 9-year-old child. And it just keeps on going on. And yes, I get it that like George Lucas wants to remind the audience that yeah, the two are going to marry later in the saga. They're going to have Luke and Leia. Okay. But the movie should not end with Anakin smirking, 9-year-old little boy Anakin, Padme reciprocating the gesture with just this huge ass smile on her face. That is disgusting, and I don't like it. And there's like a scene like maybe half an hour early where Anakin he just shows up to Queen Amidala's room and he's like, "Yo, I want to talk to my lady." And it's like this 9-year-old boy is tracking down this 14-year-old girl. It is a disturbing relationship, and like George Lucas could have easily incorporated this sort of dynamic without any sort of nonsense, and the relationship would have been the exact same in Attack of the Clones. Like Anakin clearly had feelings for Padme in Episode 1, so George Lucas could have just easily told the audience, like in the preceding film in Attack of the Clones, that he had harbored feelings. That he harbored feelings for Padme like a decade later. He just couldn't get his mind off her. That would have been believable, and I would have been fine with that. I think the audience would have been fine with that. So, yeah, it's a major flaw in the movie. They really Jar Jar, Padme, Anakin, the big three, the big three of flaws. Yeah, but overall, I enjoyed the movie more than I thought I would have. I thought I would have thought that like, yeah, it's terrible. It's not that great. But like, it has its merits. It's good. It's not as bad as Episode 9. Let me get that clear. Like I did enjoy many aspects of the movie, and I thought that like genuinely it was decent. So I'm giving the movie a 6.5 out of 10. But let me know what you think of Episode 1 down in the comments. Make sure to head on over to Strokes Blogs to read my notes, plus other articles that I have on the site already. Let me know what you guys did for the 25th anniversary of Episode 1 and for Lego Star Wars as well. Let me know if you got any cool sets as well. I've been Zandie Boy. Catch you on the flip side. See you later.
Now this is pod racing.